Hi everyone, sorry I'm not able to actually be at the session today. Unfortunately, a work meeting just came out that I couldn't come out of. But yes, briefly introduce myself. So my name's Akin Fashola. I work at West Ham United. I'm one of the club's partnership managers, and I've been part of the NoTurningBack program now for over a year and a half. Initially found out about it through an ESSA seminar that Amanda was presenting at, and kind of heard about their vision, what they wanted to achieve. And I kind of took the opportunity, got in touch. She explained what the program was about, and it kind of aligned with what I was wanting to do at that point in my career, my own kind of personal development and trying to give back to, specifically kind of my community and younger people who are from diverse backgrounds, wanting to work in sports, work in marketing, work in football specifically. Since, I can't speak badly of it at all. It's been great. I've been able to get involved in quite a lot of different presentations and sessions with young people from schools and colleges, and kind of share my story to hopefully enlighten them and give them a bit of insight into what it can be like to work in sports, work in football, but also to kind of showcase that it's a career path that can be open for anyone. My career journey wasn't straightforward, so I've been able to kind of share that story and the fact that I'd always wanted to work in sports. Classic case, failed footballer, tried, didn't happen, but wanted to carry on a career in sports, did a sports marketing degree. Thought there'd be football jobs waiting for me at the end of it. Once I finished, it didn't work out like that. I had to work in a different industry. Then finally got an opportunity to work in sports at Birmingham City, and then kind of worked my way until finally getting to West Ham. So, that kind of story there in itself just has, there's a lot of points there that hopefully that's been able to resonate well with a lot of the young people been able to speak to across those different seminars and sessions. Because ultimately, I think from my perspective, and the reason why I got involved with the program was, I think football as a whole, I'm sure we would have discussed this during the session. There's been improvements with the issues have been well spoken about, so it's about focusing on how we can move forward. So there's been small bits of improvement in terms of that growth and that level of diversity in the sport specifically, but there's a lot more to be done. One of the things I believe in is that the element of football in terms of being a player, that's always obviously spoken about. That's the big part. That's what everyone wants to do. And then coaching, that's also a very important part, of course. So there's always a big push to grow the level of diversity in that part of the game as well. But sometimes I do feel like that third pillar, that third part that we're all in to a point I'm in specifically, which is that marketing and that side and sponsorship side of things specifically, is never really, I don't know if it's championed as much. Because actually, you can have a very successful and sustainable and long career in that part and still feel like you're part of the game, just like those other two kind of pillars of the game as well. So yeah, that's something that's really important to me. That's why I wanted to make sure, being part of the program, I've been able to kind of get that kind of message across to a lot of the young people we've been able to speak to. Other bits of useful kind of insights which hopefully beneficial for everyone that's on the session. In terms of those of you that are obviously working at clubs, I think if you are thinking about maybe looking at working with NoTurningBack to get maybe some of the young people that you've got in your organisation, clubs, to get involved with the program, I think do it. Definitely, I'd recommend it. I've found value in it in that it's kind of empowered me a bit more to kind of justify and say, what I do at a football club is of worth, and telling that story to other people has kind of given me a bit more strength in my own kind of vision of myself within the role that I can play at West Ham and broader. I think also it's been beneficial that I've had a lot of great support from people that I work with. So from our HR department internally, they understood the reason why I wanted to get involved and they've supported me accordingly. My team, so the team that I work with, so my line manager, our head of department, again, understand the reasons why I wanted to get involved with this, and they've been able to support me. Because, some of the sessions are during working hours, so there's elements of flexibility and understanding. So, things like this and, working in sports and working in football specifically, again, the roles are so demanding. We're always expected to be here, there and everywhere at different times of the day and everything else. So, having a club that understands that, depending on the people that do want to take on board and become ambassadors, if they're already at the clubs, or if it's something that you want to build in as part of as an option for people to get involved with, I think that internal support, that there's going to be there needs to be a level of understanding and flexibility in providing the guidance for the young people who want to take it on board and move forward with it. So I think that's something that's quite important to kind of emphasize, is that if any clubs out there looking to kind of get involved with the program, just that element of being flexible, and by doing that, you're then empowering the person who wants to kind of get involved, because that's how I found it here at West Ham. Everyone understood, like I said, why I wanted to do it, and fully supported me and allowed me to kind of move forward with it. So, like I said, it's just a shame this meeting that I've got tomorrow, I was not able to be able to join the session. If it wasn't for that and how important it was, I would have been on the call today. So like I said, I just wanted to say a few words, kind of give my thoughts on the program. It's been great. I've met a lot of great people. Again, it's also been a great networking opportunity, meeting people from different parts of the marketing spectrum. To a point, working in football, you kind of deal with football people to a point specifically. So it's been good to kind of deal with those that are in PR comms and different parts of the sector of marketing as a whole. I think